give to the running back. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20 and pick up a 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The hand to the running back. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State's bringing the ground game. They typically do that. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll run play action. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. Grabbed in the middle, it's Tate. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Moore will throw. Let's it fly. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. And the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
The Ducks have it with a first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Trying to beat the D deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Ducks are on the move. Corners are going to bail. They're going to run it. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Unloads to the wideout and wings it incomplete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Moore to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hughes. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. It's a seam lock. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. Turning it on. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Takes a handoff. It's Peoples. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It'll be 3rd and long. Give to the big fullback. Got the first down and more. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the right. It's
what?
And they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills.
Yo.
But he gets his offense the ball at the 29. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Moore will throw. Moving away from pressure. On the move to the right and looking for a big one.
And for defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. It's low. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow. Allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion now, trying to set up a punt.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off-play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. This time on target. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Wants to adjust the pattern. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Hughes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Unloads it downfield. Makes the catch.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open, that deep down the field. Defense, they better check themselves.
And the Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. Looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Hughes. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And that's why defenses practice pursuit drills, right? All week long. Pursue, pursue, pursue. The play's never dead. You don't know what ball carriers are going to do. Sometimes they pirouette, they spin out, they try to...
Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The give. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback may change this route. Motion from the wideout. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Moore to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Finds a little space. He stops just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
But I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He might want another play. Leaves it with the back. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the boot, looking for his man. Here's a heat. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Oh, a lot of space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Flying down the left side.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive line? When they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next level, but that was an unbelievably athletic play.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Handoff to the lone back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Trying play action. Under fire. Grab near the marker. It's Tate. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
That's a huge play for the offense because it keeps this thing one possession. They're going to be receiving first in the third quarter, and if they can keep this thing moving, all of a sudden they may have the lead here very soon.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. Just about set to get this second half underway. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Trying to set the tone with the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Moore will throw. Keeps looking downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's not afraid to go deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. They'll have to do a better job of protection this time after that 3rd down sack. Set him back, but they'll go for it here. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Defense in press coverage. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for two out to the 26.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Moore to the air. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism, picking up the first down.
And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Ducks will hustle to the line. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Here comes the heat. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the fourth down stop.
And the offensive line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's fourth down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time, and even better this time around. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
Ready, set. 29 Philly.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires on the move. Complete to the left. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
Cricket.
Handoff to the single running back. Touchdown, Ohio State! And that one will give them the lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Leaves it with the running back. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
To the air, it's Sayin. Got his man. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. From inside his own 15, looking for room. And the returner goes down. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the inside give. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Moore will throw. Going for it all. Holds it in on the left. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
It's such a hard time. You know the clock's ticking. You know you're down. You got to force the ball down the field. But guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming. They broke on the football, and that does not look good for this ball game.
Now they'll try the right side. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Moore to the air. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions a game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He's got it. 1st down and more. And the Ducks are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. These DBs going to give a little cushion. The give on the inside. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative. Whatever that looks like for this offense, something that jumpstarts them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Lots of running room. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
He's got the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these 2 guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Moore will throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they've got beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Breaks the tackle. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this fourth quarter.
On second down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Off the play fake. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
I love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. You know the defense is expecting you to run the football, and you just did it the previous play. So on that third down, you dial up the play action to keep the chains moving.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The inside handoff. Runs through the tackle. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Buckeyes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Buckeyes will snap it on first and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll do it himself on the draw. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on on the defensive front. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like
Good game. Want to play another one?
A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub.